Hi everyone. Today we're going to study conversion of degrees to radians and vice versa. Our formula will be here, but to start with, we know that 180 degrees equals pi in radians. From this equation, we can deduce a formula that is degrees over 180 equals radians over pi. This will be our working formula in converting degrees to radians and vice versa. Let us have example 1. Convert each degree measures to radians. Letter A, 15 degrees. Letter B, 420 degrees. Let us begin with the 15 degrees. First, I'm going to write our working formula here. And then, to convert our 15 degrees into radians, we will use this formula. We will copy this again, but for this portion of degrees, we're going to write the value 15. So we have now 15 over 180 equals radians over pi. And then we will simplify from here. We will cross multiply this pi on the left side. So this will be multiplied to 15. We have now here 15 pi over 180 equals the radians will be alone on the right side. Simplifying this further, we're going to divide by 15 the numerator and denominator of the left hand side. So the 15 divided by 15 will be 1. It is not written anymore. And then we just copy the pi down here over the 180 divided by 15 is 12 and equals the right hand side, which is radians. So we have now this value pi over 12. We can simply interchange the position of the radians and the value pi over 12. To conclude, the 15 degrees equals pi over 12 in radians. This is our final answer. Let's have letter B. Convert this 420 degrees in radians. The same idea. I am going to copy this formula and then we will substitute the 420 for the degrees portion here. So it will be like this. 420 over 180 equals the right hand side radians over pi. Simplifying further, we're going to cross multiply this pi to the left side. So the pi will be multiplied to the 420. We have now 420 times pi over 180 equals the radians will be alone on the right side. Simplifying further, we're going to divide by 60 the numerator and the denominator of the left hand side. So 420 divided by 60 is 7. Then we will copy the pi down here over the 180 divided by 60 is 3 equals the radians. So we have now this value 7 pi over 3. That is our answer. We can just simply interchange the right hand side with the left hand side member. So we have radians equals 7 pi over 3. It means our 420 degrees equals 7 pi over 3 in radians. This is our final answer. Let us have example 2. Convert each radian measure 2 degrees? Letter A, pi over 6. Letter B, 2 pi over 5. Let us write again our working formula, and then let's begin with letter A, the pi over 6. We're going to write again this formula, but on this portion of the radian, we will substitute the value pi over 6. So we have now here degrees over 180 equals that value pi over 6 all over pi. In the right hand side, we have a complex fraction. We have a fraction in the numerator and the whole number pi in the denominator. Let us simplify this complex fraction. The pi being a whole number, we know that there is a denominator of 1 here. So let us simplify the complex fraction by doing this pi over 6, then times, we're going to flip the pi into 1 over pi. And then from here we will simplify further. We can see that we can cancel the pi and the pi in the numerator and denominator respectively. When we do that, the right hand side is simplified into 1 over 6. From here, we're now to cross multiply this 180 to the right hand side. So the 180 times 1. And the degrees will be alone on the left hand side. We have now 180 times 1 all over 6. Since this is a factor of 1, we can simply remove this 1. We can now simplify this into 180 over 6. And when we get the quotient, the answer will be 30. Of course, we will not forget the symbol for degrees. We will put that small o exponent to denote degrees. So our answer here is 30 degrees. To conclude, the radian pi over 6 equals 30 degrees. This is our final answer. Let's have the letter B, the 2 pi over 5. Again, we will copy this formula, and on this portion of the radian, we're going to substitute that value 2 pi over 5. So we have now degrees over 180 equals the 2 pi over 5 all over pi. Then we will simplify. We have here a complex fraction. So we will have to write it again into the 2 pi over 5 times. We will flip this pi into 1 over pi. And the right hand side, we can now cancel the pi and the pi respectively. When we do that, the right hand side becomes 2 over 5. To simplify further, this 180 now, we will cross multiply to the right hand side. It means it will be multiplied to the number 2. So 180 times 2 all over 5. And the degrees will be alone on the left hand side. Simplifying further, the 180 times 2 is 360. Again, the denominator 5 is there. And 360 divided by 5 equals 72. We will now affix the degree symbol. So our answer is 72 degrees. To conclude, the radian 2 pi over 5 is equal to 72 degrees. This is our final answer. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.